What is up, YouTube? This is Elite Chips here, bringing you a dual commentary with my good friend Alec from GameHngry. Introduce yourself.
Hello, everybody. I'm Alec from GameHngry, or some of you may know me on my channel as RPGzzus. And today, what we'd like to talk about is Modern Warfare 3 versus Battlefield 3. So I'm gonna let you start off with your thoughts.
Well, when it comes to gaming and such, it's, with some people, it's a lot about sniping. So I'm really going to be looking towards the sniping and how they differ, between the obvious, how Battlefield will represent a more realistic sniping with a bullet drop like they always have, and then Modern Warfare 3 what they have to offer and stuff like that.
Yeah, so I think Battlefield 3 obviously has the realistic sniping, and I believe the game category of Battlefield 3 is military simulation, while Modern Warfare 3 is just shooter. At least I think so. So yeah, it's going to be a lot more realistic in Battlefield 3. I even heard that if you stay scoped in for too long, like the sun kind of glints off of your thing, like gets a little like shine off your scope, which actually gives away your position, which sounds like an awesome game mechanic. And in Modern Warfare 3, they are bringing back quick scoping, and how do you feel about that?
I mean, honestly, I love the quick scope. Black Ops, that was one of the many things that brought me to not like that game. I mean, they did fix it progressively over the months, but even still, it's still a little, messed up, even though they tried to fix it a lot. But when it comes to Modern Warfare 3, I just seeing it being a lot like Modern Warfare 2 when it comes to quick scoping. So I'm excited to that, and if we're still on this topic of sniping, when it comes to Battlefield 3 and their quick scoping, you've always been able to quick scope, but I know in Battlefield 2, if you didn't get a headshot, it would end up having to be a two-shot kill with a sniper, so that's always a downside.
Yeah, so which do you think is going to be like better sniping? Battlefield 3?
I've always enjoyed Battlefield sniping. It depends kind of what player you are. Being me, I love to quick scope, so I'm going to have to say I'm looking most forward to Modern Warfare 3. But when it comes to playing as a team, it's always going to be Battlefield sniping because you can, spot out people, and it just seems to be more fun and challenging.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I'm not too much of a quick scoper myself. I'm more of a Rambo kind of guy, running around with a shotgun, just doing crazy stuff. And for me, I'm not too sure what I'm gonna like better. I think each game has its own type of thing, and as I said, they're kind of in a different genre. So Battlefield 3 is this military simulator, or what you could call it that, but you see jets flying over, and I hope there's going to be smaller maps. Now, as you said, that might not be too great for snipers, but for just about everybody else, it's going to pump up the action level, which I don't really care. I think Battlefield Bad Company 2 was a good game, and I enjoyed playing it. The maps were a little bit big, but the vehicles really balanced that out, and with jets, my first thought when I saw the jets were like, wow, the map's going to have to be huge for jets to be flying overhead. So maybe jets have their own map or something, like they can go out of the map. I don't know. But Modern Warfare 3, from what I've seen, it's not completely different from Modern Warfare 2, but it is definitely like it. And I think Ghost and all the other stuff that we're plagued with in Black Ops, other than quick scoping, is going to kind of be a problem. But I heard that it does play like Modern Warfare 2, and the game is fast because there is a higher bullet damage. So, I don't know. I'm going to compare it to the shotguns since you compared it to the snipers. And in Modern Warfare 2, the shotguns were good, although they were secondaries, which is kind of weird. But in Battlefield Bad Company 2, they are long range, and I love that. In Battlefield 3, I'm assuming it's the same way. I saw you can get like flechette ammo or something, which looks awesome. And in Modern Warfare 3, you can get weapon proficiencies, which is like you can get increased range, increased damage with your shotguns. So I'm not sure. How do you feel about just, I don't know, jets and shotguns and whatnot?
Well, speaking about the jets, you kind of took exactly what I was going to say. As soon as I heard about jets, I thought of extremely long and large maps. I mean, jets go fast, and they're not going to put it on a medium-sized or just a large-sized map. So I definitely see extremely large maps just specifically towards the jets, because you're not going to be able to have a jet on any of the maps that have been on Battlefield. I mean, even the biggest ones, because it's a jet. It's going to go far, and it's going to go fast. So really curious to see how that's going to turn out, and especially how, what weapons are going to be available. Is it kind of going to be like a Harrier from Modern Warfare 2, or, Is it just a thing for transportation? I doubt it'll be that, but I'm kind of curious.
Yeah.
And on the shotguns, Modern Warfare 2 was always, complain. It has too much power, it has too much range. But, everyone seems to be okay with that in Battlefield just because it's a more realistic game, I've played Battlefield and used to shotguns because they are really long distance. It's more realistic. I mean, everything is more realistic when it comes to Battlefield. And, that's just one thing I love about it. Besides, though, you have to get a headshot to get a one-shot with the sniper. But the shotguns are almost impossible to compare, in my opinion, with the distance factor coming into play between the two games.
Absolutely. Battlefield 3 is just so much more realistic. And Modern Warfare 3 is just so much, Michael Bay explosions and whatnot. So they are kind of two different games. My final pick would be, I don't know. As I said, they're two different games, and I'm going to play each for different reasons. So we're actually running out of time here. Do you have any final thoughts? What your overall favorite game is?
It's going to be a tough one, but I'm probably going to be Battlefield 3 just because I'm going to have an extra week to play it before Modern Warfare 3.
That is true. All right, with that, we're going to wrap up. I'm Alec from GameHngry with my friend here.
Elite Chips.
Yeah, so check out my channel, and you can check out his since this is also going on my channel. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.